BBC Breakfast host Naga Munchetty, who is under review for bullying claims, allegedly scolded a petrified intern for the way they spread Marmite on her toast, insiders have claimed. The allegation comes after the Daily Mail revealed how she had allegedly moaned about her porridge being too hot and not liking to blueberry topping. An insider, who previously worked with Naga 50 on BBC Breakfast, revealed the TV host is an absolute nightmare, adding that she would kick off about the smallest of issues. Now, a source has told The Sun how she kicked off at an intern over how they spread Marmite on her toast. It comes as sources revealed Naga could face a probe from BBC bosses and has been placed under review amid claims bullied a junior colleague on the flagship morning show. An insider told the Daily Mail, "She's an absolute nightmare. She has a reputation for going at young members of staff and making them out to be fools. She would kick off about the smallest of issues, including one time she went ballistic over her breakfast not being prepared exactly how she likes it by an intern. On one occasion, Naga refused to eat porridge delivered by an intern in an ad break, which is typically done, saying it was too hot for her to eat in the time she had," the source said. She said it's always made exactly the same way for her each day and would prefer if the same person made it who knows exactly how she likes it, they added. The Daily Mail has reached out to the BBC regarding the claim she scolded an intern over how they spread Marmite on her toast. However, they have already refused to give a comment to The Sun. The Mail has contacted Naga's representatives, who declined to comment. She has not addressed any of the allegations publicly. Following the amount of people who have come forward to share their experiences with Naga, the BBC has officially moved to place the complaints under review. The review is to ascertain whether a full-on investigation is required, and that could come in weeks, the source told The Sun. The journalist was reportedly previously spoken to by bosses over claims she bullied a female junior staff member, as well as a complaint she used a slang term for a sexual act off-air at BBC Radio 5 Live. Naga used a slang term for a sex act during an off-air break in 2022, which stunned the studio and led to Naga being spoken to by bosses. It was then reported that last year, Naga hauled into a meeting by bosses over the alleged bullying of a junior female colleague on BBC Breakfast. Her BBC Breakfast star co-host Charlie State's alleged behavior is also under review. After a string of complaints, it has been claimed. The presenters are not under a formal investigation by the Beeb, but a process has apparently begun to judge whether they should be. While Naga is alleged to face the most criticism from BBC Breakfast crew, some staff have reportedly made claims of rudeness, undermining them, and even bullying, with Charlie also now being looked at. It came after the Daily Mail spoke to a show insider who alleged Ms. Munchetty was an absolute nightmare and would kick off about the smallest of issues, including once over the temperature of her porridge brought to her by an intern. Today's development is said to be related to the probe launched recently into BBC Breakfast editor Richard Frediani, who is at center of a misconduct row that continues to grip the UK's most watched morning show. A source told The Sun, a number of people have come forward to share their experiences with Charlie, so the BBC has officially moved to place the complaints under review. Charlie and Naga will be assessed separately. A BBC spokesman said, "While we do not comment on individual cases, we take all complaints about conduct at work extremely seriously and will not tolerate behavior that is not in line with our values." Recently, BBC Breakfast editor Richard Frediani reportedly took an extended period of leave after an internal review of bullying and misconduct allegations was opened into the show. It was previously claimed that the show's staff are feeling increasingly uneasy around Frediani, with the former head of ITV News accused of shaking a female editor while working on the show. Richard has stepped back from the show, and while he had already taken time off to go on holiday, has mutually agreed to extend his break, according to The Sun. A source previously compared the workplace to the Hunger Games, saying the morning program had been ripped apart, with some staff members backing Naga and Richard, while others disagree with their approach. Breakfast is no longer just divided, it's been ripped apart, the source told The Sun. They explained while many have welcomed the investigation into the workplace and Frediani, Others support his tougher and traditional journalistic approach. And with the emergence of two camps on the show, the latest revelations about Naga are said to have thrown a new twist on the scandal. Amid the fallout, Munchetty's agents have reportedly held talks with rival station LBC to explore opportunities for the journalist. A source told The Sun, the fallout of Richard Frediani's investigation created a stark him or her narrative on Breakfast with Naga flung to the front line. The fact is she loves the BBC and her job, but there's only so much external noise anyone is prepared to take. LBC would suit her well as the focus remains on news-led broadcasting. They take a hard line, and there's far less of the fluffy nonsense involved in working at the BBC. Her team last week renewed historic talks with the global radio station to see if there could be any work for her there. Last month, figures released by the broadcaster revealed the presenter was awarded a £10,000 increase in her annual salary,